So we're going to continue our discussion about slope, but this time your given information is going to be in the form of a graph. Now, if you know the ordered pairs, then you could do the same work that we had done in the previous videos. But another way to think of slope is to think of it as m equals rise over run. Now, I think it's easiest if you will always find the point that you know that is on the furthest left. So just like when you read, you want to go left to right. You want to find the point that is on the furthest left. It doesn't matter whether it's higher or lower, just whether it's to the left. So that would be this point that I'm darkening in for you. And then I'm going to be moving toward this second point. So starting with my point 0.03, I want to count squares until I get even with my second point. So I'm counting, I'm going to have to move down. I'm going to get to right vertically below. And so I'll be counting down 1, down 2, down 3. And so this is what we might refer to as a rise, but actually counted down. So it's -3. And then I have to count to the right to get to my other point. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that makes a run of 5. And so my slope rise, which is -3, over run, which is 5. And so that slope is a negative slope. That line is falling as you look at it from left to right. Now, as we look at our next problem, and again, I want to try to identify my points that I know. So I know this point and I know this point. And I told you on the last problem to try to find the leftmost point. Well, they're vertical to each other. So you can actually start with either one. So I'm going to start with the top one and counting down to my other point. I count down 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so this has a rise. Again, it was negative because I had to count down. So -4. And I don't have to count to the right at all to get to my other point. I'm already there. So it has a run of 0. Well, when you have a fraction and the denominator, because remember it's rise over run, if that denominator is 0, as we learned in the previous video, then your slope is undefined. So that one has an undefined slope. And what you're going to find out is that any vertical line has an undefined slope. So that line is vertical, its slope is undefined. And I'm not going to do an example, but I will tell you that if you have a horizontal line, then its slope will always be 0. So vertical line, your slope is undefined. Horizontal line, your slope is 0. I'm going to go ahead and write the word line right there. Vertical line, slope undefined. Horizontal line, slope is 0.